Hi, welcome to Latino Music Cafe Reviews. I'm Hector Aviles, and today we're going to talk about the recording from Andrea Brachfeld and her album Lady from the Island. Well, Andrea has an interesting story on how she came from her music career to Lady from the Island. Andrea is from New York, or at least developed her career in New York. She went to the Manhattan School of Music, and she associated with a lot of folks in the New York music scene. She associated with Tito Puente, Ray Barreto, Herbert Laws, Nestor Torres, Dave Valentin, Paquito de Rivera. You get the picture. But along the way, she became the first female flute player to integrate a charanga band in New York. Now, charanga is a particular style of Cuban music that's been around for many years. In the late 50s, Jose Fajardo used to go to New York to play in the Palladium. He was one of the most popular bands even in the 50s before he defected after the revolution. Later, Charlie Palmieri, Eddie's older brother, had a very popular charanga band, Charanga La Dubonnet, who had a very young flute player by the name of Johnny Pacheco. Pacheco went on to later on to do his own band and start the Fania music label with his partner Jerry Masucci, and you know the story after that. So Andrea, being the first female to integrate the charanga band when she joins Charanga 76 or Charanga 76, it's quite an accomplishment. Now, that was then, and this is now. Lady from the Island is Andrea's sixth recording as a band leader. She brought in several, she recorded this with her quartet and brought in several musical guests, including Wilson Chembo Corniel in the congas and percussion. And Chembo also released a very nice Latin jazz CD in 2012. Lady from the Island was released in 2012 under the what seems ever-growing Soho Music indie label. What I like about Lady from the Island? Well, several things. It's a very nice album of mix of songs, mostly bebop, because Andrea is a bopper in terms of jazz, and but also has some smooth and Latin jazz integrated there. It's a good balance in terms of performance between Andrea's flute playing, but also she doesn't overshadow the band, the quartet, and their musical guests. They also have a chance to shine, each one of them, throughout the album. So it's kind of a balance of showcasing the talents there of the band. Very cohesive band. It looks like they've been playing together for some while. You can feel the cohesiveness in the band. And my favorite songs in the album are Little Girl Song, which is a kind of a smoother song in the album. It also has varied. It has different tempos to it, and I kind of like it. Lady from the Island, the song that gives title to the album, is kind of the same. I like it for the same reasons. And then Four Corners is another song that I like because it's more of a Latin jazz song, and it gives Chembo some opportunity to stretch his hands in the congas. So all in all, a very well recorded album, and well mixed, good sound quality, well put together. What I didn't like about Lady from the Island, it was hard to find something in this album that I didn't like, again, because it's kind of very well rounded. The only thing that I could come up with is that Andrea is a bopper, and I take bebop in controlled doses, if I can say so. So when you have a lot of back-to-back bebop songs, eventually it starts getting to me, and I start feeling like the songs are starting to sound a little bit alike. The case being Dead Ahead and Bird-Like are two back-to-back songs, and somewhere in the middle of the songs they start to sound a little bit the same to me, which tells me that I'm getting a bit of saturation of bebop. But if you love bebop, you're probably not going to feel this at all. So that's the only thing I can come up with. So my recommendation from Lady of the Island is that it's a very good jazz album. It's again, a good combination of bebop with smooth and a little bit of Latin accent to it. And you can't ignore all that background that Andrea has in her musical experience. I said again, mainly bebop. So if you like bebop, you're gonna love this album. Very good cohesive band and very well produced and put together album. So all in all, very solid album. I really liked it. You can learn more about this album the websites that I'm listing in you can see in the video. And if you want to see more reviews like this one, you can go to latinomusiccafe.com. And with that, all that remains for me to tell you is to remind you to keep sponsoring Latin music because we have the best music in the world. See you next time.